Hello and welcome to the Kansas Motor Speedway. I'm your host Andrew Higgs, aka Wrangler 3. Here we see Gabe Adair taking the pole and leading the field down to the start of the second race here at the monthly team series at BigRedRacing.org. Gabe really wouldn't surprise anybody when he took his Redline Racing Chevrolet and put it out front. Here we see his teammate Bob racing Dogger early. This was side-by-side racing, nothing out of the ordinary. It was pretty side-by-side all night long throughout the track. It's very intense racing. But we did have our problems, and they started early. Lap 6. Short and Pelt would get together going down into turn 1 and 2. Short would get the bad end of the stick. Sorry for the pun. She seemed slide up into the wall. Now watch for Laredo in this green car. Right there. That hurt. Let's take a look at it from Laredo's point of view. As you see, clearly he just had nowhere to go. Short was up high, and then just came right down in front of him. Unfortunately, it would end Short's night right there. Laredo would go through and cut the grass on the backstretch. Unfortunately, the good folks at Kansas Motor Speedway would not give him a tip for the handiwork. Most cars would come in and take the opportunity to pit, and Wrangler, myself, did not. And he paid the price and would go backwards like a stone. Fresh tires would definitely prove to be key here at Kansas, as those cars could move wherever they wanted, and Wrangler was forced to stay up high. Here we see almost going 4 wide to get by his slow car. Wouldn't take much, as he would drop to about 17th. The next caution will come on lap 27. You see Dustoff would get just a little bit sideways, and Crazy wouldn't be able to get off of it in time, and just give him a little love tap, enough to spin him around. Now watch from Dogger's point of view as Dustoff comes out of nowhere and damages both True North cars. After this, we would have a long green flag run. We'd even have a pass for the lead under green, as Bob would go under his teammate to take the point coming out of turn 2. Gabe would go into the pits here on lap 56 for our first round of green flag pit stops. The entire field would cycle through, and it wouldn't be long before Gabe would find himself back out in a very commanding lead. You see some so-so coverage of him just riding around, making it look easy, making all of us feel bad. The reason I say that is because on lap 75, most teams were thinking about going back into the pits when Wrangler just spins it around. Everybody was stretched out. We had a good run going, but unfortunately that would come to an end. Cautions breed cautions, and on lap 85 we'd have another one. Dogger, much like the first wreck of the night, would get into Chad just a little bit, turn himself around, and then slide down right in front of Mark. Youch. The green would come out only to see the caution fly one more time, as Chad would just barely get into Ratchet, spinning him around going down the back straightaway. Luckily, no one else was involved though, as you see some great driving by all drivers. Just a few short laps later, we go back to caution as you see Higgs and Husker get into it going into turn 3. Higgs would go up into the wall, but he would continue. The big one, part 1, would happen on lap 99 as Timmy loses control of his car in turn 3, and all hell breaks loose behind him coming out of turn 4. Track-wide carnage was present, but I bet you didn't pay attention to this one little orange car that we're about to go on board with. Mike West gets the BRR Good Hands of the Race award. Look at these moves to get through this unscathed. Look at his car's actually clean. It's about one of the only ones left on the track. Good job, Mike. Everyone would pit here on lap 116 except for one little pink car, as he was decided to stay out and take the point. More on that crazy decision later. On lap 133, Rattler would decide to play ping pong with Ratchet and Niles. He would just get turned around and take it up into the wall a little bit, but watch Ratchet here as he slides down through the grass up into Larry Craze and Digger. Ratchet was having a pretty bad night. On lap 149, coming to the white flag, Mike West would lose it, taking 4 of the top 7 cars out of the race. There you see Higgs and Husker slipping by to advance their positions, as they would both end up having good nights when it looked like it would be bad. Ratchet would set us up with another candidate for the Good Hands Award, as you see carnage all around him, but he manages to just scoot on by. At least one good thing happened for Ratchet. That would set us up for a green-white checkered as Chad would lead us down. Pelt would be his second. He would dive down low, but with that tall third gear would pull up beside Chad and pass him going down into turn number 1. Chad would dig for everything he's worth to try to get back and find a way around Pelt, as you see the field behind them start to stack up a little bit. coming down for the white flag. Pelt still has a good lead, but Chad would pull up onto his bumper. As you see Chad get a very good run here coming down out of turn number 2. Behind the race for the win, we'd have Ratchet and Mike, our 2 good hands candidates, get together, and Badger would end up on his side as the safer barrier we put to the test. Here we go on board with Tom, as he would almost be able to get through this, but then get turned up into the wall at the last possible second. Chad would get a strong run coming down the back straightaway, but in the end it just was not enough, as Pelt would go on to put the Extreme Motorsports team in victory lane here at the Kansas Motor Speedway. Kevin Hamilton will be in 3rd place and move up the track to try and block Gabe Adair from getting around him. Unfortunately, he put it up into the wall though. Gabe would just look over and smile and wave as he would take 3rd place. Higgs would almost capture 4th from Kevin. The top 5 again sees Pelt get the victory, Chad, Gabe Adair, Kevin Hamilton, and Andy Higgs. In the points, Extreme Motorsports has an 18-point lead over MDA Racing, followed by Stevie, Falls South, and True North. Thanks for watching this video, and come on over to BigRedRacing.org. I'm sorry I'm such an idiot.